Most drivers replace their car battery every 3 to 5 years. But some drivers are getting 7, 8, even 10 years out of the exact same batteries. Same brand, same chemistry, same price tag. The difference is not luck. It is not climate. It is 5 simple maintenance habits that take about 10 minutes a month and that the vast majority of drivers have never been taught. Today, I am breaking down exactly what is killing your battery right now, the warning signs you are probably ignoring, and a complete maintenance protocol that could save you hundreds of dollars. Let's get into it. What is actually killing your battery? Here is something most people do not realize. Your battery is not dying from old age. It is dying from a process called sulfation, and it is the #1 cause of premature failure in lead-acid batteries. Here is how it works. Every time you start your car, a chemical reaction takes place inside the battery. Lead reacts with sulfuric acid to produce electricity. As a byproduct, small lead sulfate crystals form on the battery plates. That is completely normal. When you drive, your alternator pushes current back into the battery at 13.5 to 14.5 volts. That current converts those sulfate crystals back into active material. Also normal. But here is where the problem starts. If you mostly drive short trips, to work, to the store, to pick up the kids, those trips are not long enough to fully recharge the battery. So the sulfate crystals never fully dissolve over time through a process that electrochemists call Ostwald ripening. Those small crystals dissolve and redeposit onto larger crystals, making them harder and more stable. Eventually, they become permanent. They cannot be recharged away, and your battery's capacity drops, not because it wore out, but because those crystals strangled it from the inside. The TOPOLA identifies 3 main battery killers: time, heat, and vibration. But sulfation from chronic undercharging is what turns a 5-year battery into a 3-year battery. And it is almost entirely preventable. The warning signs you are ignoring. Before we get to the fixes, let's talk about the warning signs. Because by the time most people notice a battery problem, it is already too late. You get one slow crank on a cold morning. You get a jump start. You think it is fine. 2 weeks later, you are stranded in a parking lot. Here are the 5 signs that your battery is failing. First, slow cranking. If your engine turns over slower than usual when you start the car, especially on cold mornings, your battery is losing cranking power. This is usually the earliest warning sign and the easiest to catch. Second, DIM headlights at idle. If your headlights are bright while you are driving, but dim when you stop at a red light, that tells you the alternator is compensating while the engine runs, but the battery alone cannot maintain voltage. That is a weak battery. Third, the click. If you turn the key and hear a rapid clicking sound, your battery does not have enough power to engage the starter motor. At this point, you are likely days away from being completely stranded. Fourth, a rotten egg smell near the battery. That is hydrogen sulfide gas, which can mean a shorted cell or overcharging. This is not a maintenance issue. This is a replace immediately situation. And fifth, a swollen or bulging battery case. If the plastic casing looks bloated, internal heat has caused permanent damage. Do not try to fix this. Replace it. The tricky thing is that sometimes there are no warning signs at all. The battery just dies without notice. That is why proactive testing, which we will cover in a minute, is so much more effective than waiting for symptoms. Clean your terminals. Now let's get into the maintenance protocol. And we are starting with the simplest fix that makes the biggest immediate difference. Look at your battery terminals right now. If you see a white, blue, or greenish powder build up around the posts, that is corrosion. And it is silently sabotaging your battery. Here is why it matters. Corrosion creates electrical resistance. Resistance generates heat, and heat accelerates sulfation. So that crusty buildup on your terminals is not just ugly, it is actively shortening your battery's life. Cleaning it takes about 2 minutes. There are 2 methods. Method 1, the quick method. Boil some water, let it cool for about a minute so it is hot but not boiling. Then slowly pour it over the terminals with the car off. The hot water dissolves the corrosion on contact. This method has been used by mechanics for decades. It is fast and requires no tools. Method 2, the thorough method. Mix 1 tablespoon of baking soda into a cup of warm water. Disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive. Dip an old toothbrush or wire brush into the solution and scrub the terminals and cable ends. The baking soda neutralizes the acid in the corrosion, which is why you will see it fizz. Rinse with clean water and dry completely. Wear gloves when handling battery terminals. The corrosion contains lead compounds, which are toxic. Do not touch your face and wash your hands thoroughly when you are done. After cleaning, apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly or dielectric grease to both terminals. This creates a protective barrier that prevents new corrosion from forming. If you live in an extremely hot climate, where temperatures under the hood regularly exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit, dielectric grease is the better choice because it has a higher melting point than petroleum jelly. One quick warning: if you disconnect your battery on a newer vehicle, it may reset your ECU, your radio presets, your clock, and other computer settings. Some vehicles may even require reprogramming at a dealer. If you want to avoid this, you can use a memory saver, a small backup battery that plugs into your OBD port and keeps your systems powered. While you work on the main battery, they cost about $10 to $15 and save a lot of headaches. Check your voltage monthly. This is the single most important habit you can develop, and it costs about $15 total for a basic multimeter from any auto parts store. Once a month, before you start the car, put your multimeter on the battery terminals and check the voltage. Here is what your numbers mean. 12.6 volts or higher means your battery is fully charged and healthy. That is where you want to be. 12.4 volts means about 75% charged. Acceptable, but it is starting to drop. Keep an eye on it. 12.2 volts means roughly 50% charged. This is the danger zone. Sulfation accelerates rapidly below this level. You need to take action now, either a long drive or a charger session. Below 12 volts means your battery is essentially dead, and there is a good chance sulfation has already caused permanent damage. The genius of this habit is early detection. You catch the decline at 12.4 volts, months before failure, and you correct it before it becomes permanent. You never get stranded because you never let it get that bad. Many auto parts stores like AutoZone and Batteries Plus will also do a professional load test for free. This is more thorough than a voltage reading and measures how your battery performs under actual starting load. After your battery hits 3 years old, get a load test at least twice a year. Use a smart charger. This is probably the most important tip in this entire video, and it is the one that most drivers have never considered. A smart charger, sometimes called a battery maintainer, is a small device that plugs into a wall outlet and connects to your battery. It monitors the charge level and provides just enough current to keep the battery at full charge without overcharging it. But the better models do something even more valuable. They have a desulfation mode. This sends precisely controlled, high-frequency, low-current electrical pulses to the battery terminals. These pulses create small voltage spikes that can break down soft sulfate crystals on the plates and convert them back into active material. This is the real science-backed method for fighting sulfation. Not hot water on the outside of the case, not miracle additives. Controlled electrical pulses that reach the plates where the sulfation actually lives. Now, I want to be clear about expectations. Desulfation chargers work well on mild to moderate sulfation, the kind you get from a few months of short trips and undercharging. If your battery has been sitting discharged for months or years, the crystals have likely hardened permanently, and no charger will bring it back. There is an important difference between a basic trickle charger and a smart maintainer. A basic trickle charger puts out a constant low current and can overcharge your battery if left connected too long, which actually damages it. A smart maintainer monitors voltage and cycles on and off automatically. Always use a smart maintainer, not a basic trickle charger. Good options include the Battery Tender Junior at around $25, the NOCO Genius series, starting around $35, or the Battery Minder with built-in desulfation for about $100. If your car sits for more than a week without being driven, a smart maintainer should be connected, period. This single habit alone can extend your battery life by years. Think about it. Even a healthy battery loses charge every day just sitting there. After 30 days of sitting, your battery could be at 70% charge, right in the zone where sulfation accelerates. Optimize your driving habits. Remember how sulfation starts? Short trips that do not give your alternator enough time to fully recharge the battery. The fix is simple, and it does not cost you a dime. Once every week or two, make sure you drive for at least 20 to 30 continuous minutes at highway speeds. No stopping, no city traffic, just sustained driving that keeps the alternator pumping consistent power into your battery. During this drive, your alternator outputs between 13.5 and 14.5 volts, which forces current through the sulfate crystals and converts them back into active material on the plates. This is essentially a natural desulfation process powered by your own car. Now, I am not telling you to take pointless drives just for your battery. Instead, be smart about how you plan your trips. Instead of 3 separate 10-minute errands, combine them into one longer trip if you have a 20-minute highway commute that already counts. The goal is making sure your battery gets regularly topped off. This is especially critical in winter, when cold starts to drain more energy from the battery, but cold engines need more time to warm up and charge efficiently. If you are only making 5-minute trips in the winter, your battery is losing more charge on each start than it is getting back. Protect your battery from extreme temperatures. Most people think cold weather kills batteries. It does not. Cold weather reveals weak batteries. Heat is what actually destroys them. Here is the critical number. For every 15 degrees Fahrenheit above 77 degrees, your battery's lifespan is cut in half. That is not an exaggeration. It is confirmed by Intercell, Crown Battery, and Battery University, and it applies to every type of lead-acid battery. So if you live in Arizona, Texas, Florida, or anywhere that regularly sees triple-digit temperatures, your battery is aging at roughly double the rate of one in Minnesota or Oregon. ADA data confirms this. Batteries in hot southern climates typically last about 3 years, while those in cooler northern climates reach 5 or more. What can you do? Check that your battery's factory heat shield is in place. They often get removed during service and never reinstalled. Park in a garage or shade when possible. And if you are in a cold climate, a battery blanket at $20 to $30 keeps it at functional temperature overnight. Small investments, big impact. The complete battery. Maintenance protocol. Let me put the complete protocol together so you can start today. Every week, do a quick visual check of your battery terminals. If you see corrosion forming, clean it on your next monthly maintenance. Every month, clean any corrosion with hot water or a baking soda solution. Apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly or dielectric grease to the terminals. Check the voltage with a multimeter and write the number down so you can track the trend. Every 1 to 2 weeks, make sure you get at least one 20 to 30-minute sustained drive at highway speeds. Combine errands into longer trips instead of multiple short ones. Every season, before winter, consider a battery blanket if you are in a cold climate. Before summer, check that your battery's heat shield is in place. Twice a year, after year 3, get a free load test at your local auto parts store. As needed, if your car sits for more than 7 days, connect a smart charger. If you get a jump start, do a full charge cycle that night. If your voltage drops below 12.4, connect a charger immediately and investigate why it is dropping. That is the complete protocol. 10 minutes a month. No special tools beyond a $15 multimeter and a $25 smart charger. No miracle products. No secrets. Just consistent, simple attention key to a part of your car that most people completely ignore until it leaves them stranded. A new battery costs $150 to $300. The maintenance I just showed you costs next to nothing. Even if it adds just 2 extra years to your battery's life, that is hundreds of dollars saved, and the peace of mind of never being stuck in a parking lot with a dead battery. If you learned something new today, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Drop a comment below. What is the longest a car battery has ever lasted you? I want to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.